Yo, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can get started as a filmmaker. And be sure to watch till the end because I'm going to tell you how you can start to find clients and make income from filmmaking. First, let's talk about gear. I think when it comes to filmmaking, I think everybody gets very intimidated by gear. A lot of people think they need tens of thousands of dollars worth of gear to get started, and that's just not the case. You don't need a $10,000 red camera and 5 different pairs of lenses that cost $1,000 each. You don't need any of that to get started. I think what happens when you get all these different tools and toys is you end up overcomplicating things and kind of confusing yourself because you don't know how to use these things, and you start to get overwhelmed and you might not even want to pick up the camera anymore. So I think the most important thing is to just start, utilize what you have around you. So if you have an iPhone, great, get started with that. Because me personally, I started with an iPhone probably for like the first 4, 5, 6 months before I even got a camera. The first camera that I got, Sony a7S III, which I'm using now. Before I even got that, I was using my iPhone the whole time, and I was still getting, paid clients and things of that sort because I just wanted to make the best video possible with what I had, and I didn't have the budget to invest in a proper camera. So I think, just get started with the iPhone if you have it, or whatever phone. It could be a potato, but as long as it has a lens and you know how to you understand the fundamentals of filmmaking, then it's gonna work out. The fundamentals include color grading, sound design, composition, lighting, editing, transitions, things like that. I think it's way more important to learn those things first before you start to invest all your money into all this gear, because you can go a long way with just learning some of those basics. And then obviously once you combine that with some good gear, it could take you even further. But some of the best work I've ever seen has been shot with just the iPhone, because the filmmaker knew how to compose their images and use natural light, not even artificial light, to make the images what they need to be. So my recommendation is just get started. Just pick up whatever camera device you have available. If you have the iPhone, great. I'm actually gonna play a iPhone music video that I shot in 2023 or 2, but all I used for this video was my iPhone and my DJI iPhone gimbal. That's all I used. All the rest of it was, kind of directing everybody, all my friends, to do certain things, and then in post-production editing, I knew how to color grade a little bit at that point. I had some halation and glow and some squiggly lines and stuff like that in the edit. You'll see. I'm gonna just play it. Alright, let me stop the video right there because this is clearly shot on my Sony. So sorry about that, but 90% of this video was shot on iPhone. Just if you see anything that looks like that shot, or just looks different from all the iPhone footage, just be aware that that was shot on Sony. But still, 90% of this was shot on iPhone.
Something that you want to see. Gonna take a ride, hop in the Jeep. I see you loving all this energy. I do my thing. Yeah. Anything you said though, figure me on the clue. That's the guy that sent me around me versus real you. You said he plotting new, 10 tones down recruit. Blueprint all the prototype, I let you choose. I pull up dripped and I blue. Talk to me straight what to do. 2 out of this one for you. See through lies and it's true. When you people real down big, I promise she gon' tell you how it is. I'm the one teaching lessons. I'm the one in your caption. I'm the one that you mentioned. Why you not interacting? Is it some kind of...
So yeah, that was the video I shot with just my iPhone. I shot a couple music videos after that too with this too, but as you can see, it's not a bad video. There's still a lot of creativity in there with effects and compositions, edits and things of that nature that are in there. So I think it kind of goes to show that you don't need to have all the craziest gear in the world to start becoming a filmmaker and start to practice and learn. Just a bonus, if you have the iPhone 15 Pro, which shoots in log. Here's a video I shot in Miami with an iPhone 15 Pro, and it literally, some of these scenes I probably could not tell that it was shot off of off of an iPhone. So yeah, once you've picked up your camera and iPhone, whatever device you're using, I think the next thing that's important to learn are the fundamentals. So I think lighting, composition, sound design, transitions, editing, composition if I haven't said it already. Oh, and storytelling. Once you learn those things and kind of develop your taste in those things, I think that'll take you way further than trying to have the best gear in the world and, you know, competing from that perspective. My recommendation to start to develop yourself in these fundamentals is start off with one of the fundamentals that you want to master and get good at, and then slowly start to add the other ones. So for me, for like the first 4, 5, 6 months, I didn't know any of these other fundamentals and what they meant. I've heard of the terms before, but I didn't put any thought into it. So, you know, being in the Atlanta scene, and which is very heavy in music, and I was doing music videos, so I was very fascinated by editing and the effects and all these different techniques you can do to kind of capture somebody's attention and make a cool video. So my focus for the first months were just to try out as many techniques and effects as I can to incorporate it into my videos. So once I got really good at editing, I started to slowly incorporate these other techniques. I found out about color grading, which made me think, oh wow, I can deliver a certain message and emotion through color grading. Then I learned composition. With composition, I learned I can create a different perception and feel also. I would say master one thing at a time, and even now I'm not saying I mastered all these techniques, but slowly but surely you focus on one thing and you start to gradually get really good at everything. So I think most important thing is consistency with it. As long as you're consistently trying new techniques, experimenting and trying to get better and working on projects that you feel passionate about, you're gonna become really good at filmmaking quick. So once you find the fundamentals that you want to start to learn and master, the next part is how do you learn these fundamentals. So I think the quickest way to learn is to find something you like and try to recreate it. So yeah, whether it's YouTube videos, long form social media content that's very quick, or cinematic social media content, whatever it is, find a bunch of creators and videos that you already like and you are inspired by, and then try to create them in your own way or recreate them in your own way. Personally, I'm very much into music videos as well as social media content related to brands. So I would find whatever 10-second video on Instagram or something like that, and I would, you know, run that by my friends and see if we could recreate it, and then kind of go from there. Just record, make it, next video, record, make it, next video. You keep doing that over and over and keep trying to recreate the videos that you already like, you're gonna start to learn very quickly, and then you'll start to add your own taste of what you like to do, what kind of transitions, colors, your own personal direction that you want to include in the video. So try to recreate the videos that you already like watching. So now let's talk about how you can start to find clients and get in the game, get in the industry. There's a lot of different ways you can start to do this, but the most important part is to know people. There's always a demand for filmmaking, you know, with mom and pop shops or any company out there, music, artists, you name it, they need content, they need to promote their stuff. The most important thing is to find the people. Now, my story, how I started to do it, when I moved to Atlanta, I started an internship at a music studio because I didn't really know what I wanted to do in the creative space. I kind of just wanted to find what my passion was. So I joined a music studio, started to make friends with the music, and then once I started to pick up the camera, or my iPhone rather, there was already a whole network of people that I connected with that needed music videos. So I would practice my skills just by, you know, making whatever I wanted, directing whatever I wanted with these friends that I had made at the studio. You know, that's kind of how I first got my feet wet. But then after that, I joined a photography and video studio, but also production company, the Carmichael Garden Group here in Atlanta. And so I joined these guys, and I think it's very important to have mentors in any career that you have. So these guys helped me, you know, from shooting iPhone videos all the way to like professional stuff that I'm doing now. They kind of taught me the ropes. I think it's important to find mentors in the space, not only to learn from their journey, but also to collaborate, see how they work it with their filmmaking, and see if you can pick up on some techniques that you like. You know, being around the Carmichael Garden Group, I started to be around more people who needed videos, whether it's brands or, you know, corporate companies, things like that. Just by being in the space and being around like-minded individuals, you start to meet people, and as you're consistent with your progression in filmmaking, one thing leads to another, and you run into somebody else who might need a video, and then you start to build your clientele from there in your network. So I think the next thing I would suggest is to post on social media. Post frequently, post consistently. You know, if you're making videos and you like it, you think it's some of your best work, post it. Somebody out there is going to see it, and if it's good, they're going to like it. And even if it's not good, it just helps to build that consistency of making a video and then putting it out instead of sitting on it, and then you get bored of the video and you don't even want to put it out anymore, and now nobody sees it, so it does you no good, you know. So that's one thing that helped me a lot to not only to get started but to start to get good at it. Was I was consistent on social media. At some point, I think when I started, I was trying to post one video a day, whatever it was, but just try a new technique every single day. And then slowly but surely people started to see that I was making videos, started to get really good at it. And then more people came, they were sharing the videos. And then one thing leads to another. Companies with bigger budgets start to find you. And I think social media is very important. And as a creative, you should do everything you can to promote yourself on social media, because you really never know who's going to see it. And, you know, the more consistent you are, you're going to get better. And it sucks, but Instagram's going to push you if you are more consistent, which leads to more people seeing your work. So lastly, I think the most important part is to have fun with it. So regardless of the gear, regardless of the fundamentals, because there's really no rules in filmmaking, the most important part is just to have fun with it. So make what you like, try different techniques, whether conventional or unorthodox, just whatever's in your head, just record it, edit it to whatever you like, your style, and just see what comes out of it. You know, just have fun with it and be consistent, because that's how you find your style and start to develop your style, and your style is what differentiates you from others. So yeah, just have fun with it, make what you like, don't overthink it, and put your work out. Don't sit on it. So that's how you can get started as a filmmaker and my journey with filmmaking. Hopefully it helped you and you can take away a few things to apply to your own journey. Let me know what you want me to cover next. Add me on Instagram at maioka.co, and feel free to send me a message there if there's any topics you want me to cover. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.